Question I get all the time is, what is probate and why do people want to avoid it? Hi, I'm Gary DeWitt. I'm the owner of DeWitt Law, where we do great estate planning. Planning starts with a no-obligation conversation. Start your no-obligation conversation at planwithgary.com. Probate, that word alone seems to strike fear into the heart of most people, especially if they've been through it or known a family member that's been through it. Probate is the process of taking what somebody owned when they died and passing it to the next generation. Unfortunately, the courts and the state law is involved in doing this. It's a court proceeding. It is public. Your private affairs will get published in the paper. Amongst that can be an accounting and an inventory of everything you own. If that happens, then your family may find themselves preyed on by financial predators trying to get a piece of that money. Probate's going to take at least 8 months. It's going to take a month to get everything set up, filed, get the hearing scheduled, get it open. Then you have to advertise in the newspaper for the creditors to come forward if there are any, and that lasts for 6 months. And then you've got to close everything down and distribute whatever's left. That process can take from 1 to 4 or 5 months, depending on the creditors and the assets, if they need liquidated, if a house needs sold, anything else. Now, there's a little difference in probate if there's a will and there's not a will. If there is a will, then the family can, or the executor can use the power that was given to them in the will and not have to go back to the courts for permission. If there's not a will, then the court's permission must be asked to do just about anything with the estate, sell anything, trade anything, give anything away, and who it's going to get distributed to and how it's going to get distributed. That's the main part of what probate is. Now, why you want to avoid it? It takes a lot of time. It's public. Your family's affairs are going to be published in the newspaper or in the public court record. And it's costly. Probate's going to cost your family around 6% of your gross estate. And that means your estate, without subtracting out your mortgage or your debts, it's just what you own. So if you own a $300,000 house and have a $300,000 mortgage, the lawyer and the executor will still get $18,000 for doing their job. Of course, in that case, I don't think anybody would take the case, but you get the idea. So for every $100,000, it costs $6,000 to do a probate. If you don't want to pay that much money just for the privilege of passing your own stuff to your children, then you need to do some estate planning to get things outside of probate. Planning starts with a no-obligation conversation. Start your no-obligation conversation right now at planwithgary.com. If you have any questions on estate planning, you can set up a time to talk to us for free over the phone, in person, or via Zoom by going to planwithgary.com. If you want us to help you create your plan, set up a time to get started at planwithgary.com. Thanks for watching today.